everybody again. Today is October the 10th. Again, we're excited that you're here and look forward to sharing the information. As I said, I'm going to be talking from John Maxwell's 15 Laws of Growth, sharing about the law of curiosity. The law of curiosity says this, so that growth is stimulated by asking questions. So many people never ask questions. They never ask why. And so that is, I mean, if you never ask why, then how are you going to find out what's going on or what's happening in the world? So why is that? Why is it that we don't ask why? I have no idea. It's one of those things. I just don't know. But I do like one of the things that I read recently about curiosity. And it talks about curiosity in this way. It says the key to being a lifelong learner is curiosity. Curious people possess a thirst for knowledge. They're interested in life, people, ideas, explanations, examples, events. And they ask questions. They ask why. They ask good why questions. But many people just never ask why. They just accept what's there. Why is that? Why is it? Well, you know what? We have the opportunity, and I know that most of you probably do this, but just in case, we have the opportunity to cultivate curiosity, a way for us to find out why. So how do we cultivate curiosity? First, you have to believe that you can be curious. You have to believe that, oh gosh, I can ask questions. Most people don't ask questions because they're afraid of the answers they're going to get, or they just don't know what to say. But believe that you can be curious. Curiosity comes from a desire to learn. So if you have a desire to learn, then you're curious. A constant state of wanting to learn more, become a lifelong learner. And as I said earlier, people who want to learn are curious. A second thing that we can do is have a beginner's mindset. A beginner's mindset. Look, this is the first time I've experienced this. Or it's something you've experienced before, but you don't want to go in assuming you already know the answer. You want to go in, yes, I know something about this, but then you want to ask questions to clarify so that you go in as if you don't know the answer and have that beginner's mindset set. You have to treat information you already know as confirmation of your understanding, but don't waste the opportunity for learning. Have a beginner's mindset. Make why your favorite word. Focused questions often start with, why did you do that? Well, why is that so important? Asking why gets us to the core reasons, the causes, the intent, and the purpose of the thing that we're trying to discover. So ask those why questions. Why am I here? Why is personal growth so important? Why is Shackley the best product on the market? Why, why? Another thing that we can do is spend time with other curious people. I can remember when Dale and I were young parents, and our first child, Elizabeth, who is Dale's partner in our Shackley business. And I think it's pretty true for all children to ask questions. Elizabeth, however, seemed to be one of those who ask a lot more questions about why. And so having that childlike curiosity, find other people and surround yourself who have that type of curiosity about learning and about trying to find out why. Other people's curiosity will stimulate your curiosity. Being with other people who are curious helps you ask the right questions, questions that you may not have thought of. The next thing is to learn something new every day. I try every day to spend some time reading. And I can remember when there was a time in my life where I would spend absolutely no time reading. Today, the opportunities, of course, come in a lot of different forms. I mean, there are books, there's easy ways to go on your phone or your computer and find things to read, to research. It's so much easier. There's no reason why we can't be learning something new every day. As we start the day with curiosity about learning, and have an open mind as it relates to learning. Being open requires us to reflect on what you already have learned or experienced. And as we've heard John Maxwell say in other books and things that he's written, experience is not the best teacher, but evaluated experiences are the best teachers. Reflect on those. Learn something new every day. Ask yourself the question that Ben Franklin asked: what good shall I do today? And as I learn, what good can I use that learning for my future? One of the things that is important for us to also always be a part of and partake in the fruit of failure. Yes, even failure. And ask yourself why. Why did I fail? What will I do differently? How will I make improvements for the future so that this failure will be a learning experience? Failure is not fatal, and we need to accept it as a way to learn and a way to move forward. We need to make failure our friend. The person who has never failed is the person who has never done anything. We're all going to fail, and we need to rejoice in it, ask ourselves the questions, have our curiosity come in, and now why did that happen that way? Let me look at that again. Why did that happen? What if I'd have done it this way? What would the results have been? Make failure your friend. Another way to cultivate curiosity is to stop looking for the right answer. I know that sounds kind of odd, doesn't it? But remember, if we're just looking for the right answer, we might be missing out on other opportunities, other information that could help us find the answer. I mean, while there may be a best answer or a better answer, don't always assume that it's the only answer or the only right direction. Instead of saying it ain't broke, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Say it this way: if it ain't broke, can it be done better? Or say it this way: if it ain't broke, what is likely to break in the future? Or if it ain't broke, how long will it serve as the world changes? You know, we get in this status quo mindset where we think everything that we can do will be the same from evermore. But the world changes. Steve Jobs, founder of Apple Computers, stated that his entire empire was built by asking questions to get him out of the status quo. The growing person is simply not all that comfortable with a single answer or single solution. I mean, sometimes, you have to go and ask somebody something and they'll tell you this, and then you go ask the next person and they tell you this. You just have to keep asking until you get all of the information. Don't let if it ain't broken, don't fix it, hold you back. It might not be the best answer. It might be a good answer, but we need to seek knowledge and learn more about what we can do as we move forward in our life's journey and as the world changes. Another way to cultivate curiosity, and we laughed about this one when we were going over the notes, and it says, get over yourself. In fact, Craig Cushman actually said it yesterday. Said, sometimes you just have to get over yourself. Trying new things may mean that we'll look silly sometimes. Well, you know what? We have to look silly sometimes. But get over it. Just get over it and move forward. Have a childlike attitude of, can I try that? And because we do that, we begin a learning process, and learning is what it's all about. If we're learning, it stimulates our curiosity. If we're curious, it stimulates our learning. The old saying, get out of the box. Thomas Edison said, there ain't no rules around here. We're trying to accomplish something. Don't let the past hold you back. Don't let what others are saying hold you back. There ain't no rules around here. Yeah, we have processes that we follow, but processes are designed for improvement. And in fact, we have improvement processes. Don't let some stinking silly rule hold you back from learning and growing and asking the right questions. Words like we've never done it that way before are words that are not willing, are words of those who are not willing to grow. In fact, Craig Cushman yesterday talked about how the old way of doing Shackley and the new way of doing Shackley. And sometimes you got to get out of the old to get into the new, to open up new opportunities, to expand the growth of your business. I mean, the biggest thing that we can all think about, I'm sure, is the internet or social media or all of the things that are out there for us today. I mean, like what I'm doing right now. When we first started Shackley, we would have never, I mean, this was not even anything we could think about. And we might be able to do a videotape and send it out somewhere, but to try to do a live conference call with people in our organization was unheard of. Having an abundance mindset, having a curiosity mindset. You know, the average person says this: can I do this? The abundance thinking person says, how can I do this? Get over yourself. Go do something. Go do something different. Zig Ziglar says, if you want something different in life, then you've got to do something different to get it. Get out of that comfort zone. Take that leap, that jump. We all have to jump at some point in time. And if we don't, we'll stand there at the ledge of success and comfort and never move. Cultivating curiosity also means that we have to enjoy our lives. Allow the joy of life to become a central part of your whole existence. One of the things that I noted yesterday that I thought was not new information, but something that just reminded me about the power of Shackley and the power of having good nutrition. And it starts out, if you want to feel better, you look better. If you look better, people see that in you. And if people see you feeling better and looking better, it makes you feel better. And you start enjoying those things around you. It's just important that we enjoy ourselves. And the way we enjoy ourselves is be happy with what we have and go do the things that we know we need to do, and rejoice in the rewards of the things that we do. I can remember for years having issues with my allergies, and I would take alfalfa, and I would take 5 or 6 alfalfa a day and not really experience any change. And then we moved to DC and my allergies kind of cleared up. And then we moved back to South Carolina, my allergies came right back. But we started learning more about the value of some of the products that we have. And I increased my alfalfa to, I think I'm taking about 40 a day now. But I can tell you, I'm enjoying life because I don't carry a package of Kleenex in my pocket in the spring and in the fall. It's wonderful to be able to enjoy your life. I can tell you 100 stories of things that have made me enjoy my life even more so. And of course, grandchildren, financial freedom, not having to go to work for somebody that doesn't understand the value of personal growth and personal development, who's stuck in a rut and doesn't want to get out. There's a lot of people that get in that mud and they just can't get their way out of it. They're not enjoying life. Cultivating curiosity. When you have a curiosity, when you have a curious mindset and you're asking those why questions and you're enjoying life, you're going to be much more successful. People are going to see it in you and they're going to want to ask, they're going to want to know what's the difference between you and me and where I am. And you can tell them it's because I'm healthy. I've got a great plan in front of me and I'm growing personally every day. Curiosity is the key to your growth. While we can all be happy with answers and milestones, but we must never stop asking questions. Curiosity can make up for many natural weaknesses in our lives. We don't want to put limits on our curiosity either. If you remember the scene from one of the Indiana Jones movies, and I can't remember, but when he goes, he's always in this learning mode. And Indiana Jones, when he comes to this learning new things, he has this always asking why. So ask yourself, am I asking the why questions? Am I moving forward? Or am I sitting still, becoming bored? And the cure for boredom is curiosity. Put no limits on your curiosity. Allow yourself to ask questions. And when you live this law, you will show others the way. And and then you will empower them to learn and live the law of curiosity. At the end of your handout, there are 10 questions that you can ask yourself, and I'm not going to go all 10 of those, but I really just think the first couple are so important. Do you believe that you can be curious? Do you have a beginner's mindset? And have you made why your favorite word? The law of curiosity. It's so powerful. It's so amazing. And that leads us to the next section that I'm going to cover today, and that's the law of modeling. And I'm not talking about walking down some catwalk showing off your beautiful gown or your new suit. I'm talking about something different here. The law of modeling, it says it's hard to improve when you have no one but yourself to follow. That's an interesting statement. If I depended on just my knowledge and my experiences, I'm not sure that I would be living in a growth mindset or growth process or living a lifelong learning journey. I probably would not, as a matter of fact. So when I think about the law of modeling, I'm reminded about mistakes and how I've had mentors who've helped me get through those things that I've not been able to accomplish because I didn't have all the tools at the time. The law of modeling is about finding someone to follow, to help you go from where you are to where you dream about being. It's about following a leader. You know, we talk about this notion of you can only grow as much as you can. Well, you can grow as much as you want if you use others as your teachers, as you use others as your coaches, as you use others that have gone before you and know the way and show the way. So who should I follow? Some of my earliest mentors were found on tapes and in books. And in fact, I was cleaning out our storage closet in the attic area today, and there must be 5, 6, maybe even 10 cassette tape series from people like Napoleon Hill, Jim Rohn, Dennis Waitley, Bob Conklin. I mean, some old stuff. I even found one that's called Go Master Faster, and I cannot remember the guy's name, but he was a Bible salesman. But his information was so much fun to listen to and so important about dealing with people and how to connect and communicate with people. Some of you that have been in Shackley for a little while may remember that series. I don't know, perhaps. No, not J.K. Baker, but anyway. But the point is that my earliest mentors were actually on paper, people that I never met. And then I met 4 gentlemen. Well, one of them was my father. But I had 3 gentlemen who were mentors for me in my military career that took me to the next level. And there are some things about those people that just fit the mold for helping, for growing, and taking people to the next level. So who should I follow? A good mentor is a worthy example. So we want to seek a mentor who not only talks the talk, but walks the walk. A mentor is a personal life. A mentor's personal life must reflect the highest standards. A good mentor is available, someone who will be there for you, someone who will spend time with you, someone who will pour into your life. A good mentor is someone who has proven experience, who has gone on the road ahead, who is coming back and answering those questions about what's ahead of you. Seek mentors who have been doing what they do for a long time. Seek mentors who have experience that you're interested in learning about. A good mentor, of course, possesses wisdom. And wisdom is knowing what to do with what you know. I love that statement. A good mentor never confuses talent with wisdom. There's a huge difference. There's a huge difference between being talented and having the wisdom to know what to do with that talent. Wisdom can often be passed off in just a few words. Wisdom comes from, as Malcolm Gladwell says in his book, Outliers, it comes from the 10,000 hours of experience that someone has put in to learn their craft or their trade or had their life's journey. Good mentors provide friendship and support. Let me take you back one slide. Good mentors are the ones who make a difference. On your handout, you'll see a list of names that coaches or mentors have been called sensei, guru, lama, tutor, guide, mentor. I skipped one there somewhere. What was it? What's the musician? Maestro. That's right, maestro. Those are all considered words that represent coaches or mentors or guides or someone who is able to take you to the next level. I'd never quite heard guru's definition, but gu meaning darkness and ru meaning someone who brings light into darkness. I think that's just one of those words that is so misused when we talk about guru. A guru is someone who brings the light into darkness. Some of the ways that we can grow is to get a coach. Everybody needs a coach. A coach has some characteristics. And it doesn't matter what word you use. Everybody can use a coach. A coach will ask questions. He holds the conversation with you. He cares about the people that he is working with. He observes your attitudes, behaviors, and performance. He holds you accountable. He aligns your strengths in a way that you can see your peak performance. He communicates and gives feedback, provides challenges for you to help you move forward, to help you improve your performance. And the law of modeling states that you need a coach and that everybody needs a coach. Michael Jordan has often said there would be no Michael Jordan without Phil Jackson. Do you have a coach? Do you have a mentor? Who are you looking to for guidance? Who are you looking at and to help you along your journey? And there are a lot of people out there who can serve in the role as a coach or a mentor. You can look to your uplines, you can look to your downlines, you can look anywhere. It's not just people who have been around for a long time. people, everybody knows something that you don't know. And when we are asking the right questions and we have effective communication, everybody then can become a coach or a mentor in some way. Dale and I have been involved in coaching and mentoring for a number of years. We even have had our own personal coaches to help us as we journey. I still today have coaches that I work with to help me as I move forward in my journey as a coach, trainer, and speaker. Well, it's very hard for me to do this. I try to provide coaching and training to Dale and Elizabeth, but that's hard to do. There's too many emotional things that get in the way there, but we do have great conversations about how we can lift each other and how we can help each other and how we can hold each other accountable. And we ask hard questions of each other. A year ago, when Dale and Elizabeth were going through some critical steps prior to becoming key coordinators, boom, we had the 1,000-year flood, and Dale came to me. They were at the last month of qualification. And on October the 4th, a flood of monumental proportions hit Columbia, South Carolina. Who was thinking about doing Shackley? Not many of us. We were all focused on how we could help people. But they knew that they needed to reach that next milestone before they could become keys. And Dale came to me and she said, I don't know what to do. And I asked her two questions. How bad do you want it? And what are you willing to do to get it? And I shut up. And I let her absorb those two questions. And it created a curiosity in her as to, okay, how bad do I want it? And what can I do to get it? And at that moment, the floodgates of ideas started rushing. And they came up with all of these ideas of how to reach out to the community and help the community through Shackley Cares, through other means of cleaning buckets and all the ways that help them reach out to the community. They brought the team together and everybody together harmoniously worked to make all of that needed to be done happen in about a 3-week period. And they made key and they maintained it. It was about asking the right questions from a coach, from someone who could ask a question, but at the same time, not place any demands on what they needed to do, but simply say, how bad do you want it? And what are you willing to do to get it? And I ask you the same questions. Where are you in your Shackley business today? Where do you want to be? And how bad do you want to get there? And what are you willing to do to make it happen? Well, I hope that the information I shared today was helpful to you. And as you look at the last part of the page on your handout here, it talks about applying the law of modeling to your life. And I really, truly believe that for real growth to occur in our lives, we need to find a mentor or a coach to help us. We have to prepare ourselves to ask the right questions. We have to prepare ourselves to be willing to listen. We have to prepare ourselves to be held accountable. And remember, it doesn't have to be somebody next door. It can be someone anywhere across the country that you believe can help you. And yes, there is the possibility that you may have to pay for it. But I can tell you that the amount of money that I've invested in a coach has paid huge dividends to me. And there are several of them out there that are good, but you don't always have to pay for them. You can find someone who will coach you. Well, next week I will be sharing the last 2 chapters in the book. It's hard to believe that we have come this far, and it's just I'm just excited about having the opportunity to share this information. But next week we'll be talking about the law of expansion. It says that growth always increases our capacity. And if you remember, I said that this whole book is based on one chapter out of John Maxwell's book, The 21 Laws of Leadership. And it's called the Law of the Lid. And we all have a lid that's on our leadership. We all have a lid on our personal growth. We all have a lid that's placed on us in everything we do, unless we're willing to grow and expand our capacity. And we're going to share some things about that next week. And we'll also be talking about the law of contribution, which says growing yourself, and this is so important, growing ourselves enables us to grow others. And that's what we're here for. We're in this business to grow others, whether it's in a health way or financial way or in a personal growth way. We are here to help other people grow. I am so reminded when I teach this stuff about Dr. Shackley's original thoughts when he says, what you think you look, what you think you do, and what you think you are. And so if you think yourself as success, if you think that you're in a growth mindset, if you choose to think in a way of success, if you choose to follow what Dr. Shackley says, he says the birthplace of success is in our inner consciousness, but we must first plant the thought seed in our minds. We have to think positively. We have to think growth. We have to think success, because the birthplace of success is what's in us. And then it shows through us in an outward way. Hey, y'all have a great day and a great week. I look forward to sharing with you next week, and we will talk more at the end of next week about future opportunities. I'll also offer probably a 1 hour wrap up the following week that we will talk about all of the laws in briefly, and just for a wrap up of the book. And I'll probably invite everybody to be, well, if I have enough space, I will invite people to be panelists and to come on and share their thoughts, ask questions, and perhaps have some additional discovery time. Well, this is Jim Hatchell. I'm excited that I've been able to share with you today, and I'm going to be signing off now. Have a great, great, great day.